Welcome back. In a paid advertisement in the Journal this week, Lululemon founder Chip Wilson likened the decline of the athleisure brand to a plane crash due to a, quote, series of mistakes. Lululemon responded in a statement to CNBC denouncing the ad and the company's founder, saying in part, Chip Wilson has not been involved with the company for a decade, and he continues to make inaccurate and misleading statements about Lululemon, our history, and our board and leadership team. Lululemon shares are down more than 60% from their peak in 2023, but they're up since Chip Wilson left the board in 2015. Wilson still owns roughly 12% of outstanding shares. Let's bring in Chip Wilson, the founder of Lululemon, also a board member of Amerisports. Chip, thanks for the time today. Good to see you again.
Oh, hi, Carl. Thanks for having me.
What was the motivation to place this ad?
Well, I've been in conversations with Lululemon for a long time. I've tried to, help the board out in as many ways as I can. And quite frankly, they weren't listening, and I was predicting exactly what's been happening now with the stock dropping as much as it has, and I think it's time to step in and be public about what the real issue is, and that's not necessarily the management, it's not the weather, it's not the consumer, it's actually the board of directors and the ability of it to hire the right kind of management.
You go through in the ad what you call these series of mistakes. Can you sort of briefly summarize which ones you think are the most important, or in what order you think they took place?
Well, I call it the gapization of American retail, and when it goes public and loses its founder or its the head of product and brand. And when that happens, the board comes in, more of a metric type board that's more beholden to Wall Street and quarterly numbers, and it hires people that can deliver specific quarterly numbers, and those people are generally very good and everything, but they're not creative, and they tend to use algorithms to buy and sell what's sold the year before. So basically, innovation stops, and so when that stops, then you start losing great people. The brand kind of falters, those people leave, and then it's a snowball effect from there, where then management leaves, and then you have a very hard time hiring good people or board of directors.
So you don't really think it's about the macro or challenges in China, certainly things that the company would point to, factors that are obviously have to be managed, but not necessarily in their control.
Whenever I hear management anywhere talk about it's the weather or it's the macroeconomic, that just tells me that the company has not positioned the product to be differentiated in the marketplace in order to avoid all that. That has always existed.
Are you going so far as to provide a prescription, a fix?
Well, I put it inside of my ad in the Wall Street Journal. Yes, I think everything starts at the top. And I'm saying the board of directors, but really all the power lays in the governance and nominating committee. The people that actually put the right people on the board. It's not like Lululemon doesn't have great people on the board, but when you have ownership on the board, as I've seen in some other boards that I've been on, it's amazing how long-term decision-making overpowers and is much stronger and better returns and for a healthier company than one with board of directors who don't have an interest in the company.
Chip, it's David Faber. You have a fairly sizable position here. I'm not sure it's as large as 12%, but I know it's still a significant stake. We talk to activists all the time. You're kind of approaching this almost in that way. Why wouldn't you get together with an activist investor of note, perhaps, and try to replace board members then, if you feel this way?
Well, I think it is time for some action. I'm looking at my options at that. I actually had come to the conclusion that many of the activists may not know that I would actually be interested in siding with them in order to do something about Lululemon and maybe to replace some people on the board and change the trajectory of the strategy.
Do you feel like, were you, let's say, successful in doing that it would truly result in a change in the trajectory of the company's strategy and therefore stock price?
Well, yes, because I think everything starts at the top again. And And basically what I see now is a trajectory that's happened over like 10 years. And it's because this isn't like I say, a plane crash doesn't happen because of one mistake. It happens because of a series of mistakes. And I think it's Lululemon's in a position right now where it can't keep doing what it's always done, or it's going to keep getting what it's getting.
Have you had discussions with potential board candidates that you might put up if it gets to a proxy fight scenario?
Well, lots of people, approach me too and would like to be interested. And of course, I've been deep in this business and probably maybe in the most knowledgeable people about technical apparel and shoes in the world. And I'm in no lack of people to be connected to. Yes.
Or to those who might say, Chip, you're just, I don't know, you're angry still about not being a part of the company any longer or bitter about it. What's your response?
Well, I took some of my money out of Lululemon and I put it into Ammer, and I think it's done exceedingly well, almost tripled since last year. And I think because I get to see a world-class board of directors and I see what's possible at Lululemon, and something great can still happen there, but time is limited.
Do you think Lululemon should remain an independent company?
Well, I think either two things have to happen. Yes, either it needs to fix what's happening right now. Either it needs to be taken private so it can make those changes outside of the public realm, or it needs a very, very strong board of directors with a vested interest in doing long-term planning in order to kind of get through the next 3 years, which is going to take restructuring for sure.